What's the most overpriced piece of gear in your bug-out bag right now? Go on, think about it. There's a good chance it's that compact fancy pants camp stove you spent 50 bucks on. It's great until you run out of the proprietary fuel canisters it needs, and then it becomes a very expensive paperweight. What if I told you there was a stove design used by hunters, trappers, and soldiers for over a century that you can make from literal trash that burns a fuel you can find anywhere, and it works better than many modern options? Today we're not buying gear. We're time traveling to the 1800s to steal a genius design called the penny stove, or the pocket kitchen. And by the end of this video, you'll be able to build one faster than you can find the instructions for that overpriced gadget. So, picture a trapper in the Rocky Mountains, 1850. He needs a hot meal, but carrying a heavy iron stove is a joke. He needs something light, something that uses the twigs and pine cones around him. His solution? A simple tin can modified with a beautiful bit of intuitive physics. The design is so clever it's hilarious. It's basically a controlled explosion in a can, and once you understand it, you'll feel like a rocket scientist. Or at least a very savvy pyro. Alright, quick riddle to get your brain warmed up. I can be made for free, yet I'm priceless in a crisis. I consume trash to cook your treasure. I have no moving parts, but my power will move you. What am I? If you're thinking that pocket stove, you're already on the trail. We'll confirm later. The secret sauce of this stove is something called the Chimney Effect, or forced draft. A normal fire in a pit is lazy. It pulls air from all sides, often smothering itself. This stove is a tyrant. It controls the airflow with an iron fist. By creating a small chamber with air intakes at the bottom and a ring of jet holes at the top, you create a vertical wind tunnel. As the fuel burns, it heats the air inside the stove. Hot air rises, shooting out of the top jets. This creates a low-pressure zone inside, which sucks in fresh, oxygen-rich air from the bottom vents. That fresh air feeds the fire, making it hotter, which pulls in more air. It's a perfect self-regulating feedback loop of fury. The result is a focused, blowtorch-like ring of flame that directs all its heat right onto the bottom of your pot. No wasted energy. It's so efficient you can boil a cup of water with a handful of dry grass. It turns scarcity into abundance. Now let's build one. You need 2 aluminum cans. Soda cans are perfect. A pair of sharp scissors, a push pin, a paper clip, and yes, a penny. First, we make the burner top. Take 1 can and carefully cut off the bottom, leaving you with a perfect cylinder. Then, measure about 1 inch up from what was the bottom and gently score a ring around it. Don't cut all the way through. This is where we'll make our jet holes. Now, with the push pin, poke a ring of holes all the way around that scored line. These are your flame jets. Next, the base. Take the second can. We're going to cut it down to about 2 inches tall. This is our fuel chamber. Now, near the bottom of this piece, poke another ring of holes with the push pin. These are your air intakes. Finally, fit the top cylinder over the base piece. You want a snug fit. To seal it, we use the ancient high-tech method of soapy water. Wet your finger, run it around the seam, and light it for a second. The flame will burn off the alcohol and water, slightly sealing the metal. For the filler cap, make a small hole in the center of the original can bottom, unbend the paper clip to make a handle, and you've got a lid. Put the penny on top of the lid as a weight. Congratulations. You just built a masterpiece of 19th century engineering. Riddle answer time. The answer is, of course, the homemade penny stove. You are now officially smarter than a trapper from 1850, but with better scissors. Now for fuel. The beauty part. You can use denatured alcohol, which is clean and easy. But in a true pinch, you can use gasoline? No. Never gasoline. That's a bomb. But you can use high-proof liquor in a real emergency. Or you can do what the old-timers did. Make solid fuel from sawdust and wax. Pour melted candle wax into a cup of sawdust or dryer lint, let it harden, and break off chunks. It burns slow and steady. To light it, add a little fuel to the stove, put the lid on, and light it through one of the air holes. It might take a second to prime, but then, whoosh, that satisfying ring of blue flame. So why does this beat modern gear in a survival context? 3 reasons: universality, repairability, and stealth. The parts are everywhere. You can't repair a busted valve on a fancy stove in the field. You can remake this in 5 minutes. And it's silent. No hissing of gas. Just the quiet roar of a fire you built with your own hands from nothing. It doesn't just heat water, it rebuilds confidence. It turns you from a consumer of gear into a creator of solutions. So the next time you're packing, toss 2 soda cans and a penny in your bag. You're not carrying trash. You're carrying a backup plan that stood the test of time. Now go forth and make fire.